March 1st, 2017. Today is Wednesday. Got my big mound of cardboard accumulating for the week. I think I've got some packing materials I need to dig out of there before banana peeler comes in on Friday and takes care of my cardboard. Tuesday night UPS I packed up. What is that? I'm not sure. Something big. Good to get that out of here. And a few post office items. I've got a bunch more to pack today. This morning on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer here with The Crazy Picker Life. Okay, well, let's go get my stack of orders and get going this morning. About 30 days off from the vlog, and again, having this camera in my hands feels a little strange. I'm sure after a day or two here it won't feel so strange. So 30 days off, I think it was worth doing. I needed a break and got a couple of, I think, key things done. One was just a break, and I got to kind of reassess where we were at and figure out some things, focus, point the Crazy Picker Life battleship in the right direction, and put the paddles in the water, start paddling. So one of the biggest things I think that I was able to get started again was get out and get running. By running, I mean like outside with my feet on the ground and running. I mentioned that before I took a break, that I've done that on and off for much of my adult life. And I'm not running a lot. I get out, I run a couple miles, 2 miles with the boys. I went out once or twice by myself. And if I do that 5 times a week, 5 days out of 7, that is enough stress relief where some of the high spots are rubbed off stress, and you know, you keep all the blood and the air and all the body things going. You know, stress relief, you sleep a little better. So I think this is week 4, and 5 days out of 7. Missed 1 day last week, so pretty good. 2 miles a day, 10 miles a week. What is today? Wednesday. We'll get out. Most days have been pretty good weather. Yesterday was like 37 degrees, no sun, and 20+ mile-an-hour wind. That was a little challenging getting out. Today I think we're going to hit 40s and still have the wind, and then we're promised some nice sunny 50 and 60 and 70 degree days again. So gonna keep that up. I don't know if I'm gonna take it to the next level. Just need to get out. The boys are, when they run with me, it's kind of a joke. They're still doing their paper route all winter, and they've got a lot of energy, so they need to run faster. We get out and do park days with the little guys. They go play at the park while we run some laps and things like that. The boys, Banana Peeler and Squealer, and sometimes Wheeler, get out and they run faster. So that was important. I put that back in place. That's back in my life. Regular exercise, I would recommend that to anybody. Obviously, you would know better what you need to keep everything going, keep the gears turning. When you don't exercise for a while, I'll tell you what, sluggy feeling, even depression. All those things can catch up with you. Important. So another thing I got in place was starting to get some of the large items in my office through the system and sold. I have to continue that. We're not bringing any large items along on our trip next year when we go on the road, so I have to move those out. I got to meet with Lon, my beautiful wife, and continue sort of focusing the general idea that, hey, we're leaving in a year. And so some things have moved forward there. I'll talk about those more in the coming days and weeks, what's been going on. What else? Well, I got in. I avoided it as long as I could. I mentioned a while back that I had a tooth problem, cracked a tooth, all that kind of thing. I got in and started the process last week. It was hard for me to do. I went into Denver, and I have a new dentist group that I'm working with. I'm going to go back next week. I'll talk more about it next week if it's appropriate. I'm going to go in next week and get some oral surgery and get that all taken care of. So that was a big step for me. When I'm on a treadmill, and by treadmill I mean working every day, 6 days a week, 6 days out of 7. You know, there's a lot of stuff with the kids. There's a lot of stuff with homeschooling. There's a lot of stuff with the business. It's easy to avoid some things that are necessary, and it's easy to avoid things you don't want to do. The dentist was one of those. And so I got that scheduled, got in there last week, and gonna get some fun minor oral surgery next week. Taxes were streamlined this year. Lon did the majority of the bookkeeping, at least the tallying end and the organizing and that. The bookkeeping for 2016, we went in and got some real good professional CPA accounting help with some things this last year. Got everything back on track and in the right direction. And one of the things that I wanted to do is get the taxes, the majority of the taxes, done and behind me during this break that I took from the vlog. It's always a tough spot every year. It's always something sort of like the dentist. You don't want to do it, but you should do it. In fact, you have to do it. Otherwise, it'll come back to you. All kinds of stuff coming in here. I don't know. It's almost like my emails turned back on. Emails come and go. These Apple computers, as with many other computers, have a sort of an email interface, and it has a mind of its own. It will let a bunch of emails through, and then it will sort of turn off and go to sleep. I don't know. So got the taxes, 90-95% done. There's a few things I have questions on, a few things I need to look at, and then those will be all done and all set and all ready to go. I don't do any tax advice. I don't talk a lot about taxes or bookkeeping on this vlog, but if you're in business, obviously you need to seek some help to do that. What else? Oh boy, there's some other things I'm sure. Got a new washing machine installed. The old one finally gave it up again, and I got sick of fixing it. It's 15 years old. We bought a really nice washing machine. It lasted 15 years, which is really good. We didn't want to get another one because we're going on the road for a few years at least, but we went out and bought one, and so far so good. Good installation, no leaks, it works, it's updated. It's not a Nice one by today's standards, but it's funny how 15 years, even if you buy a really nice one 15 years ago, the technology has advanced, and so everybody's happy. Clean clothes again, woohoo! Oh, well, I've got a stack of orders here. I'm sure some more things will come to me. What else I did during the break? You know, a lot happened and nothing happened. It's the same. It's really the same old stuff. The biggest thing that's different, and what is really coming to a head and becoming very apparent, is we are leaving our home and our business location, and we are going on the road in a little more than a year, full time, buying, selling, living, homeschooling, whole family, Lon and I, 6 kids, all going on the road. And so that's becoming apparent. The days march on. I'll talk more about that later, or tomorrow, or the next day, about how that's progressing. We'll do a sort of a question answer catch up probably on Saturday, and I'll probably talk about the trip in more detail then, but definitely you know, feeling the heat a little bit of that whole scenario. And so certain things are in motion there. All right, we got stack. Last I checked, it was 11 orders. Since we went home last night, 11 orders came in from, I think I got out of here about 1 a.m. I had maybe one of these. So we'll put those there to pack. Those are all from yesterday. I don't know, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a bumper sticker. I think 7, 8 from yesterday. So at this point we're at 19. And so let's pack some of those in a minute. Here's one thing I wanted to do. We did end the month. As of Monday, it was 457. Let me change that. So it'll be 455. 455. $455 days until we go on the road. Our prize for February, which we just finished, was to go race go-karting in Denver again. Last time we took the whole family. This time we might just go with Wheeler and Banana Peeler. We did hit our February totals. I won't add them up here. I did taxes the last 2 days, sort of put myself out there and said I'm going to start the vlog again. And I knew I needed to get all that tax stuff done, so I told Wheeler, hey, or I asked him, you know, do you got enough stuff to get done to make our number, our $1,000 a day listing? He said yes, and we fell short on Monday. I gave him a chance to pick it up, which I don't always do, but last couple days of the month, and I didn't help at all. So he listed a bunch of stuff yesterday, $2,000 average the last 2 days, and I gave it to him. So total items 361 plus 20 some, 380, 390. It'll be 21 days in the book if I add this on here, and 24,920 plus a couple thousand, so 25, 26, probably about $27,000 listed for the month. That's a good basic month. And here's what it comes down to. I was going to add those up, but not feeling like it. We did some picking in February, and we didn't do too much in January. Probably went out 3 or 4 times in January and February. We're getting down there on stuff. It's not that we don't have stuff to list, it's just not the flow or the quality of stuff that we had in the fall. I mean, we had some really good flow, really good quality items. It's more things that are either smaller items, $20, $30, $40 items, or things that need cleanup or maintenance or whatever. So it's not all that, but it's more of a mix of that, and it's going to be more of that this month. So it's not necessarily going to be boring from a listing standpoint, but it's going to be a little slower for us. We have to buckle down and get the stuff in our office listed. We have to get caught up. I'll show you the back room today or tomorrow or the next day. Progress has been made, but again, there's a lot of stuff back there that we've been putting aside and not making a priority. That stuff's going to get listed. That has to get listed now. So I'm holding off going picking. I'm holding off bringing a bunch of stuff into the office, mainly because we've got to get down to the bottom of it. If we don't get down to the bottom of it, we'll be throwing stuff out, or I'll be putting it in a storage unit or something. I don't want to do that. I want to get rid of it. And it is stuff that's worth money. It's just not as efficient money. It's not our primary stuff. Like I said, it takes a little longer to list, takes a little longer to clean up. Wham wham, right? Sometimes you got to pay the price, and we'll pay the price on that stuff. So that's not a problem. But as usual, I felt a little bit of an explanation was necessary. I think what I'll do later in the show here is I'll show some of the big items from the large items from January and February that sold, and let everybody see some of the big items that I got out of here. Now I've got plenty of large items still to move out, and I will list and discount and price those to move as needed. And I think I'll talk about it on Saturday. But if we're still here, we've sort of hit an idea when we're moving from here to the house and backing away and downsizing, so that step by step we can get on the road. All right, a lot of talking. Many of you want to know what's going on. I try to articulate all that in the shortest possible way, which isn't very short, but things just keep moving forward. There's two business agendas going on here. One, day by day, we've got to make our money. We've got to make our sales. We do that by listing good stuff. That's got to happen, the day by day operations. And then the second underlying agenda that is always there and always sort of guiding my thought pattern is we're leaving, we're going on the road, things are changing, we've got to downsize step by step and get rid of most of this stuff so that we can first move back to the house and run operations from the house, and then get in a trailer and go on the road. Let's pack a few items. I'll show you some of the things that we're packing briefly. Okay, first item to pack up here, these two fencing swords. I originally had a lot of 3 fencing swords and looked them up and decided to sell them as a lot. Somebody came along and said, hey, I want that one, will you sell that one? And I think I had them all listed for $99.99. So I sold them the one for, I believe, $50 plus shipping. It went out to New York. And then I relisted these. These two sold for, let's see, $69.59 plus shipping. They're going to Kansas on the other side of the state. So I think I paid $25. I bundled these in with an armadillo, a mounted taxidermy armadillo, and a few other things for $100. I would say these were $20, $25, $30. So that was a pretty good score. I'm gonna have to figure out the length on these things and wrap them up. They'll go UPS. Just bought that new washing machine. I'm gonna use some of these corners from the crated washer machine. I'm gonna cut it right there and stick these down in, one down each side of that, put a little bubble wrap around them so they don't bang together, and then figure out a small box to stick them in, but there's a good way to keep those blades nice. Okay, so here's sort of a vintage, I don't know how far this goes back, Team Loci RC10 radio controlled car. This thing's got some fancy Team Loci wheels and the suspension and some upgraded chassis, and it's dirty, dusty, and untested. I put it at auction for 7 days. It went for $83 plus some shipping. I divided this and another piece of the lot, which was all like tires and pieces and stuff. The tires and pieces and stuff only went for $25 plus shipping. Total $108 plus shipping. I paid $50 for the lot, so that worked out, putting those two at auction. Let's get this out. Okay, so we've got a lot of camera stuff going out. February, January, probably will continue into March. Let's get some of that packed. Here is a new old stock Olympus manual shutter adapter. This is going to Italy for $27.47 plus shipping. Okay, here's a little goober Kodak Schneider Khrushchev Xenar 45mm lens. This sold for $58.53. Also going to Italy. Ship it. If you remember a while back, I was having dismay and trouble with my labels sticking to my boxes, and I thought, wow, have the boxes changed? Have the labels changed? Has the glue changed? I started actually taping all my labels as well as sticking them down. Well, I don't know what happened, but the new rolls of labels that I got from Indicia are back to super stickers, and I don't have to tape them anymore. So really strange. Never had that in a number of years using those labels. But they stick again, and I'm watching them carefully. The corners don't curl, nothing, nothing comes off. They're semi-permanent again. Strange, strange. So they must have had a bad batch. All right, so here's a nice Canon lens. I'm gonna have to feel that. It's a little weird. It's raising up on there a little bit, the grip or whatever. Canon 35 to 105, sold over to Illinois for $81.22. I'm going to have to set that aside. Check that out. Oh, here's a broken Petri camera in case. I'm not going to take it out. It was hoped to be better, but some issues. $23.84 shipped to California. Nice little adapter ring, slim M39 Leica enlarging screw flange, $8.99 shipped to Texas. Here's a little Tiffin adapter ring, something like this is $12.99 shipped. Get that out. Here is a Saunders LPL M39 screw mount, enlarger lens board is what that's called, I guess. $23.60 shipping to Texas. Here's a 49-inch Japanese-made screw-in cable shutter release cord. Still got a bunch of these. These have been going out. We had hundreds of them. $18.99 shipped to California. Okay, last one right now. A couple of these Ricoh WG4 GPS Adventure waterproof cameras. This one doesn't turn on and is completely dead in the water. This one works as usual. However, it has a cracked screen and is not waterproof. Somebody bought both of them. These sell for, I think, right around 200 or 175. We sold a bunch of these. I don't think we have very many left. This sold for $27.87. This one sold for $85.73, shipped both to the same person in Pennsylvania. Let's get those out. And I'm going to get back home here. I'm going to pack everything up. We did pretty good here. I don't know, a bunch of USPS and a couple of UPS over there. I'm going to get everything packed up. I've got Q3 exam week, or end of the quarter week with the kids. So it's Wednesday. I'm trying to get the quarter wrapped up. Everybody's got tests this week, projects due, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to get that all under wraps, and then I'll have all my post office stuff with me. I'll see you on the road. Alright, we got school in hand. We're going to finish off third quarter. My wife is already done with her subjects in third quarter. We got one quarter to go, and Wheeler will be graduated from high school. Everybody else will be moved along a year. It was the only year in our homeschool that we had all 6 kids in school. Elizabeth will be finishing kindergarten, and Wheeler will be finishing high school. So that has been busy. It makes for more paperwork, and Elizabeth and Sam, first grade and kindergarten, are the most hands-on. Sam is learning to read and spell, and so there's a lot of interaction there. I'm trying to get all the kids involved in that too, and reading them books and playing games with them and things like that, board games. We're gonna make it. I'll have to talk more about how our schedule is going to work when we go on our test run in November, when we go on the road for 6 weeks, and just how we're going to start school again earlier in the summer. Okay, so I just got some cash. I'm going to hit the post office here and get rid of my packages, and then rummage sales are starting around here. I have my thrift store stop. I have my my flea market antique store / deal thrift store stop. I'm gonna hit both those today, 5 minutes each, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I continue to pull pretty good things out of there. Some of them are nickels and dimes, and some of them are $100 bills, and some of them are break even. But for the most part, I like going to the post office for a number of reasons. One of them is I get to pick a little bit here and there and keep my eyes around. I've got my eyes on a couple signs just laying against buildings and stuff around town. I know who to talk to. I just haven't been able to locate the person yet. So I'm always looking for stuff. Let me get my packages in. I'll be back. Okay, so, you know, there's always a lot going on, and I don't know if I work a 6-hour day with breaks in between, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. And, you know, I don't know when work ends and play begins sometimes, but because I do a lot of things around our personal life and our school life, and do a lot of things with the kids and Lon and everybody, so it's just on and on. A lot of things to share that are going on, a lot of thoughts. Not any of the core ones about the trip have changed, but certainly some things are heading in the right direction. I've got one of our cases that we're going to use, each kid and me, and Lon is going to get a couple of cases for personal things like clothes and stuff. I purchased one, a test one. I'll have to show you guys. It's a good size case. It's a nice case. I don't know what's going on over here at the U-Save, but it is busy. Oh, usually see it this busy. I'm going in anyway. You got a couple of vehicles there and just lined up everywhere. So either they're doing something different in there, like a multi-purpose meeting, or they're just having a run. Maybe they're having a sale, who knows, on clothing. Spring, March 1st. I suppose everybody's got their money. I don't know. I always have money with me. Let's go see what we find. Well, nothing there. I'm not sure why it was so busy. If first of the month payments come out for some group in town, must be the thing. But usually there's 3 cars here, maybe something like that. There's like 12. And that's funny because obviously we go into Denver and some other big towns, Omaha, you know, into Wisconsin, certain places, Minneapolis, and you go to a thrift store and there can be 100 or more people there at any given time, especially when you get on like 50% off weekends and stuff. This is a small town. This is just how it is, and I like to zig when others are zagging and not fight the crowds in any way, shape, or form. And so that's like, I need crowd control. I need to bring like a bodyguard with me, or you know, somebody to direct the crowd. I wasn't comfortable in there. There's too many people and there wasn't anything to buy. But you know, you got to make your stops, and if you can make them count, that's even better. Okay, so I'm gonna make one more stop here at the local flea market place, and I can't remember the last score that I pulled out of here. I'll probably show some items online on the screen. This place here. I'll show some items online in the next couple of days, over the next couple of days. Okay, we got a couple goodies here. We got a brass ship bow light with the red blue lens. 65 bucks. Hope to get over 100 for that. A weird mold with 4 headless guys for some toy. No idea. 20 for that, I guess. 20, yeah, 20. And then some sort of vintage handmade globe. I have to look that over. It's got Iceland scribbled in there twice. Really interesting globe, heavy metal, really weird. I think I got that for 10 bucks. No tax. Okay, got to roll. Schwanzman and running. Okay, I got the 2 miles in. I'm with my buddies. So what did we do with UPS, guys?
Gave it to them.
Yeah, UPS showed up here, so we were able to drop that.
And UPS gave us.
We were able to exchange some goods.
We gave him a package. He gave us some packages.
We gave him 2. How many did he give us?
5.
5. That's right. Very good. All right, buckle in. We got to go get your brother. All right, so back in the office for the evening after supper time. Bought a couple things today. I'm not going to go over them. You sort of saw this. It's a weird mold deal. Not sure what that's going to go for. It's certainly not very common. These are like some sort of muscly action figure bodies without the heads. I don't know how that exactly works. I'm going to have to do a little research on that piece. It's heavy. It's some sort of cast thing, so it can handle heat and lots of repetition. I showed you this $125 brass light. I hope that's what I get for it. I paid $65. It's in really, the brass is in nice condition. The lenses are in nice condition. One sold crappy for about 80 bucks, or 80 or best offer plus shipping. I think this is $120 if I wait. Kind of strange to find out here where there's no water, no boats, no nothing like that. And then this one, it's a globe. Ooh, hit the camera lens on it. Man, just had, let's see if we can show anything on here. Guess it's up upside down. It's got glare on it. Somebody made this as a project and put some of the oceans in there and scribed in the continents. I think they put it on a lathe and spun the latitude or longitude, whichever lines they could spin on there. It's pretty funky though, and you can tell a kid did it. You've got Greenland up here, and you've got Iceland where it's supposed to be, and then if you spin it around under China here, you've got Iceland again where it's not supposed to be, and then you've got India where West Indies would be somewhere over there, and they put the West Indies over here. You've got America, and the West Indies are right off of Florida. So pretty cool. I'm going to see if I can turn this around. And I like to take my thumbnail for the video right off the video itself. I don't like to take a separate picture. So that's about the size of my melon there. Let's see if we can get a like, whoa, what's that? Whoa. Okay, you know, when you do a lot of videos, it's about getting the most bang for your buck. Put that in the bag there so it doesn't roll around. By the way, I paid 10, 65, and 20, and I think I'll do all right on all that stuff. It's certainly oddball stuff. So when you do a lot of videos, you want to get your most bang for your buck. What I want to do is I want the least editing possible and still make this you know, valuable. I don't want to cut any corners that make it not palatable, not fun, not educational, etc. But I'm not gonna sit here and make a lot of extra work for myself. That's just not gonna happen. No disrespect meant to you guys in the audience and you gals in the audience, etc., etc., etc. Okay, what's up for tonight? Well, you know you got a thick neck when you get some jewelry, some gold jewelry. I guess this is real gold, and it doesn't even fit around your neck. I was thinking, man, I could style some of this stuff. It's too big to be unless you double it up, I guess. I'm not much into the gold chains, but I tried to put it around my neck, and if I really, like, I guess they call them chokers, right? If I really suck in my neck, oh, I can maybe get it around there, but I don't know where else you would put it. It doesn't have any other. I could put it up my arm a ways, up, you know, where it would get thicker, I guess, but I'm going to probably bring that into the We Buy Gold place and see what they can do for me after I get some oral surgery next week. I noticed there was when your oral surgeon is right next to We Buy Gold, you know you're really going for it. So after I get some, you know, light oral surgery and I'm feeling good, I'm feeling it, I'm going to go in there and do some gold negotiation. Maybe I'll bring you along. Okay, back to reality. This video is already super long. What the heck is wrong with me and my videos? I can't keep it tight to save my life. Hope you're having a good day. So I've got some orders to pack. I'm going to do those first. I think there's maybe 5 or 6 right now, something like that. I'm not running any sales right now, but first of the month like this, I better gear up some sales. People can spend some money. I have a world championship Kansas City football pencil to wrap up, and some sort of camera thing going to Brazil. Anything that goes to Brazil, I put Indicia Extra insurance on now. South America is like a black hole for my packages. I'm gonna put insurance on every single one. Let's see, what else do we got? No, we got that. So let me get those orders packed. I'll show you what it looks like when there's a little pile there. It won't be a huge pile, and then we'll go from there. I think I'm gonna do a little listing tonight. I always want to do a little listing, and I want to show you the big items I've sold in the last 2 months, the large items. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, got most of those items packed. Weren't too many, and I couldn't find one. Speak up, dealer, when you say that. I couldn't find one. I couldn't find a damn world champion KC 1970 football schedule pencil for $10. It wasn't for lack of looking. It wasn't where it was supposed to be, and I think it got sold with a pencil lot or whatever. So, anyway, after that thrill, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got one more that came in, some small camera item that I'll either pack later tonight or tomorrow morning. Why is it so dark? Whew. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here. Now, one of the things I'm trying to do is get everything listed, and then I'm putting a special emphasis on moving out large items. Large items, there's two problems I have with large items right now. I don't want to move them to my house or a storage unit, and I definitely don't want to take them on the road when we go next year. So I've put best offer on certain items, just putting an emphasis on pricing certain items. I haven't discounted everything. There's plenty of large items that I have that I'm just still going to wait. And if I have to, I'll discount. There's plenty of large items I have to list yet. And of course, I think I have things like beer signs. And eventually I have things like, you know, couch and love sack and TV and refrigerator. And I've got to dismantle some other things. But progress has been made. January and February were good sales month. We'll talk about sales figures on Saturday. But let me go to my computer here, and I'll show you on screen some of the things that sold in the last 6 weeks. Big things, large things. And there's quite a few. Some good ones. Okay, so I'm just going to go through these rapid fire with some comments. This is a telescope that I inherited from my family when I had some family members pass away in the last year or two. And this telescope was huge. It was in a big case. That sold for $3.99 plus shipping. That's a good one. And you can see dealers_wheels. We used this account for $1 to 50K stuff, and then I've used it for some estate stuff. Here's another large item, the tripod for that thing. I considered not even selling that because it's just such a pain to ship. It was huge. Same guy who bought the telescope bought this for $180 plus shipping. Good deal there. We also sold a bunch of different lenses and attachments. All sold. There was probably over $1,000 in sales, so that was nice. Somebody's got some good equipment there. I don't do anything with telescopes. That thing is so large. I had a little bit of attachment to it. It was a family thing, sort of. Couple camera items. This was just a huge. We've never done that well with the large, super large format, old wooden and brass cameras. Now the lenses, that's where the money is made. The lens is gone on this one. We sold that separately. This thing is just a monster. I ended up having to take it apart to ship it. $216 free shipping. Still made good money because of the lens and such. People will take these and restore them. I've got a huge, and that just reminds me, I've got a huge tripod that is just insanely large and heavy. I'm going to have to see if I can take that apart
and ship it. If I can take it apart and ship it, it'll be probably $200, $300, $500 plus shipping. It's something that people would want, but it's probably going to go to New York or California. It's just so huge and built like a tank. Here is the Big Bertha. We started this at $3,000 and it worked its way down over a year's time. In fact, let's see how long we had it listed. Our code number on there. Not as long as I thought. We had it listed for about 6 months, but it still goes down in price pretty quickly. We bought this for $300. This is a heavy duty long deal. Glad to get that out of here. Made some good money on it. Probably made, $700, $800 after fees and shipping. So that was a good one. Here's a large tripod. We just shipped this out a few days ago, maybe even yesterday. $220 plus shipping. Don't remember what we paid for that. Probably in the $50 range. We find a lot of tripods. We don't find a lot of super desirable old ones or super desirable new ones. People tend to hang on to those. Occasionally we do, but then a lot of times they have a leg that's broken or something, and so then you can sell them for parts. Tripods, for the most part, just not a good business to be in. Size, etc. There's a Karchinger. Oh, I might have brought this up. Goodyear sign. This was towards the end of when I was doing vlogs. Got that when we went on the pick locally where we bought a bunch of signs and stuff. I don't have all the signs from those picks listed yet, but many of them have sold. There was a pool sign that sold. Goodyear sign. This was $189.99 plus shipping. That's a good sell. Get paid $35 for that. Coolers. Sold a bunch of coolers. I don't know if I found them all. Most of them are gone. This one was $85 plus shipping. This was a Falstaff. It just had lost its little logo thing on it. This was a well cover, a pump cover for a windmill. This thing was heavy, 30 pounds by itself, cast iron, 22 inches. Never heard anything, so I guess my pack job got it there. $180 plus shipping. Fujifilm, this is a sign I've had a while. It didn't sell as well as I thought. $170 plus shipping. Here's a scooter. This thing we bought a long time ago for $15. We didn't make very much money on it. However, shipping it was always the problem. I ended up having to take it all apart, and I broke it a little bit taking it apart. So the guy's going to have to enjoy it, refurb it, whatever. $51 plus some shipping. Here's an armadillo. Might have seen this on our second to last video when I bought some fencing swords and an armadillo. Surprisingly, I think it was $100 or $110 for this and the swords and some other things. All those items sold quickly. This one $160 plus shipping. Hard to ship. Somebody wanted me to ship this beat up 7-Up cooler to Germany. Germany, it would have been like $190 shipping. Something like that. It went to Arizona instead, $69.99 plus shipping. Here is a hay trolley from Janesville, Wisconsin. Sold for $128 plus shipping. Super heavy. It's got these rollers on it. Rolled back and forth on a trolley system. And had a hook on it. You'd hang your hay barrels on it, I guess. I bought this ham sign locally for $135. Paid up a little bit. I like it when they find me good stuff. It wasn't perfect. It had some screen damage. These things mint, go for pretty good money. This one was $299.99. It didn't last long. Heavy, built heavy. That package was probably 35, 40 pounds. Finally got rid of these Alltel signs. You can change out the panels in them. I took an offer on this one for $100 plus shipping. Still was like $220. The guy got it and signed for it, and then must have forgot he bought it, because about a week later I got a charge back. Ended up having to call PayPal and get that all straightened out. Never heard from him, but PayPal backed me, got my money back. He's got his signs. I don't know what to say. Bought this for $15 at the flea market, and it was a good size vintage stag sign, $150 plus shipping. And one of the pedal cars I finally got listed. This was the best of the lot. I had 4 items. I think I paid $175. Maybe the bundle was a little bit bigger because I think I had a lamp, porcelain lamp, and a stand in there. But I think it's $175 for this and 2 other cars that are beat, and a tractor piece, toy tractor pedal car piece that's beat. This one sold pretty quick, $229.99 plus shipping. Now I will say this: some of these, this is just how eBay shows it. These prices, I run 11% off. I run 13% off all the time. So many of these probably sold a little less than I'm showing here. Just want to be clear on that. eBay will not show the sale price here. Many of these things are probably 11 or 13% off. This is just a cool one. I didn't think this would go for much, but this is a 1913 book I decided to get rid of. I listed it up. It's got the sort of evil eye symbol on it there. Paid probably $20, $15, $10. It kind of got bundled in with some telephone memorabilia and items that I bought. Cool book. Sold for $80. This sold for full price, $89.99 plus shipping. That was a good sell and heavy enough. Media mail. Scoreboard drivers. I had a scoreboard basketball horn thing that I showed on a video that I bought and sold. These are actually the drivers that drive the scoreboards. They appeared to be new. Maybe they were backups. $284.99 plus shipping. And I think that's it. Yep, that's the last one. Okay, so these are a lot of large items that I sold in the last 6 weeks. They're not necessarily the best items or the top 10 items for each month, although several of these, maybe even half of them, would probably make the top 10 list. They're pretty good money. We may do a top 10 sell list from January. We may not. January's long gone. Here we are in March, starting up the vlog again. I may do one from February, though, and if I do, I'll get that out in the next couple of days. Both January and February, solid selling months. I'll put the stats or talk about the stats full out on Saturday's long show with Wheeler. Let's go see what Wheeler's up to. Okay, so we'll see what Wheeler's up to. Wheeler's been doing a vlog. Whoa. Boxes everywhere. Wheeler's been doing a daily vlog.
Whoa, my camera!
Jeez.
Wait, get the camera.
Yeah, we're gonna visit for a minute. Oh, whose tripod's bigger, or whatever you call it? Whose gorilla's bigger?
Super gorilla pod there. The funny thing is, I just realized, like, I lost my little metal tripod that I've been using for this camera the whole time, and I really hate this gorilla pod. I'm like, oh, this thing's cheap and Chinese. I just realized it's not that bad. I'm using it today. I'm like, okay, it's not that bad.
Well, I think the people that complain about it are the ones that are using the bigger cameras.
Yeah.
Because it's,
I just didn't like it. I was like, this thing feels cheap. It doesn't work that well. I still don't like it that much, but I'm just saying, it's use. It sort of works.
So I use mine as a handle, and as you know, I've broke it, and I've never fixed it.
Yeah, I fixed mine like 3 times now.
I don't really set mine down very much. I just go with it.
Yeah, well, I just realized it goes from grip to tripod pretty easy. I was surprised you kind of twist stuff weird.
Man, you got a room full of...
Oh, yeah, man. Half of it's the babies, and half of it's my fault.
Well, they're no longer babies. They're 6 and 5. Do you know they're going to be 7 and 6?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Of course, to you, they're babies. To me, you're all babies. So I was just talking over a list of things that we sold, items that we sold, big items, heavy items, because I'm trying to focus on getting some of that stuff out of here, and I'm going to be focusing on that more this month. But I showed them the big Bertha.
Oh, yeah.
And the big field camera, and we just sold a big tripod.
Yep.
So we don't have a lot of big camera stuff. Certainly no big watch stuff.
Oh, man, yeah, we're in the giant, we have the nautical flag compass, yeah.
What was that one Rolex piece that we saw that one time for sale? Was that like a some sort of tester for Rolexes. Was that for sale, or where did
I
we?
don't know. I don't remember anything like that. Rolex?
Yeah, some sort of a.
Hmm.
They used it to do something to a Rolex. Clean it, maybe. Submerge it. A submerging.
Did we? If we saw a pressure tester, that'd be pretty cool. I didn't think we saw anything. I don't remember anything. I remember we saw. What was it that one time? It was just one thing. It wasn't Rolex though.
Did we see a video on it? I don't know. We ran into it somewhere. Maybe I did. I
yeah, you might run into it.
I don't remember what exactly that
I
was.
should have picked it up.
Well, I
I
think
don't know.
I think the guy raised his eyebrows at me when I said, "What does that thing go for? Over 1,000?" I think he raised his eyebrows, and I think I was a bit low.
Yeah.
So anyway, how's your vlog going? What number are you on?
Number 44, I think. I don't even keep track, so who knows? I was
44
checking
in a
my
row.
head.
What's the pros and cons?
Pros and cons, I don't know. There's not a lot of cons. Mine are really scattered and kind of weird because I don't exactly film constantly. I film what I remember to film, so it's just kind of like, oh, here's a clip, here's a clip, here's a clip. So I'm not quite satisfied with how they flow. Not enough B-roll or whatever, but they're fun. I have fun with them. That's it. A lot of fun.
Okay, so you got watches. You got a big pile of watches there.
Yep. Kind of mixed these cubes here. Those
Cubes are going to be sold.
Yep, those are coming up.
So we're going to talk more about what we've been up to in the trip and how the spring here is going to play out on Saturday. We're going to do a show.
Yep.
Where we'll take some questions and talk about those and talk about some other topics. So think about something that you want to bring. So we got some chargers in today?
Yeah, we got all but 2 of them there, and that's what I'm getting all tested and whatever. I got that one camera toted up there that I pre-listed before I got the chargers, and I have going.
Yeah. We're going to go go-karting sometime in the
fun, yep.
reasonable future at the, is it Mario Andretti?
No, it's
Mario Andretti.
Unser Racing.
Unser Racing,
Yep.
yeah, and somewhere in Denver. Unser Go-Kart Racing.
Yeah.
Do we know if they have that track built on the roof of
I
their
didn't check
building?
it. I did check today, and they have like this new partner program. If you sign up for a lifetime membership or an annual membership, you get a super discount or something. But
Yeah.
no, I didn't look into it that much.
I think they were hoping to have it ready for this summer,
Yeah, I think it should
like
be
an outdoor
close.
track. So we'll do that sometime,
That'll be a lot of fun.
March or April.
I have the GoPro now, so I can strap my GoPro to a go-kart. That'd be great.
All right. Well, I gotta get some listing done here to help you hit our number if we can hit it today.
Yep.
What time are we at
Got
here?
some pretty good listing going out myself here with all these digital cameras.
10 o'clock.
I don't have a lot listed, but
I don't know if I can make it till 1 today. I think 12. Let's aim for 12, and we'll chat about 1:45 and see
yep.
where we're at. I'm sucking wind today.
I think my plan is to get those cameras listed here, and then I can probably reassess. But I probably should just get some cubes listed. That's the thing. After yesterday, I was thinking I need to start getting those listed.
Well,
'Cause I have those, but then there's those over there.
make it an incentive to hit your part of the number.
That's it.
All right, I'm gonna go. Got a
Back on the vlog. Woo,
yeah,
woo, woo.
got a long.
Hey, you dealer! I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Oh man. Got a long video here rolling of, I don't know what to come up with for a title. There's too many little excerpts that are interesting to different people. I should just make like 6 videos a day. Oh my goodness. Well, I never run out of ideas, but it's really just a rambling roll of the day. Try to hit some of the highlights. Everybody knows that's what's coming. That's what we do every day. I just ramble through stuff, try to stay focused. Okay, I think I'm going to end this. I definitely am going to list some stuff today, but I've had enough. I've had enough pressure today with some other things. The last couple days I try to get the taxes wrapped up, and I got lots of good comments coming in. Nope, watch live now. Woo! Okay, so I've got like these test strips that have been sitting around. I'm gonna get these. Got a small lot of these Daydream signs and some other signs. I'm gonna put those in a lot. Those are back
in my wash tub. I rinsed those off and they've been sitting there. I'm going to see if I can get just some of these Tie-Tack goobers. It's all full of mostly medium or costume or maybe a little better Tie-Tacks. I'm going to have to do a little research on them and try to lot some of them up. I think I got most of the gold out of here, but it's hard to tell, so play around with that a little bit. I bet that'll be all I'll get to. As I go over here, I've got I've got some things to test. Still have some fishing stuff to do. Let's see, pedal car, Coors sign. I've been waiting to take that outside and spray that off. Got to get focused this week. That's happening. My weird new mold, all that stuff. So I'm going to make it what is today? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to go have a date with Lon one of these nights. That won't be a full night, but I'm going to be working hard on getting this cleared off. That's going to be the plan. Work hard on getting that cleared off. And then how about this? When that's cleared off, I'm going to do lots of camera stuff. And I know there's probably more here than were before. This stuff's been sitting around a while, though. Some of it's been here 30 days. Maybe all of it, I don't know. But I know that there's another tote in Wheeler's office. So 5 totes of stuff. I'll show you how I lot that stuff up. That'll be fun. So plenty to do. I'm going to list those things off, and we may or may not hit our number. Here's the deal on making our number in March. I've already talked to Wheeler. We've just got to get down to the bottom of stuff, and when we have a time of the year like this where we try to get down to the bottom of stuff, it's harder hitting the number because there's just a lot of junk mixed in there. And so I'm going to try to do that a little different this year. I'm going to try to lot more stuff up, throw some stuff out, move some stuff through, get it out of here. So hopefully we can still hit our $1,000 minimum per day. I think that's it. Not a bad first vlog. Felt a little choppy. Certainly felt out of practice. Messed up a few things. Maybe you won't notice in editing. I'll do a lot of editing on this one. Not really. That's funny. I don't do much editing. I just link the clips together. Hopefully I remember to put in that clip with the big items that sold in the last 6 weeks or whatever. It's still over on my computer. Okay, we get to that time of the night. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all your comments. I read them all. If you want to get some questions in at all, if you're new to the show or old to the show or want to know what went on in the last 6 weeks or want to know what's going to happen, whatever, get your questions in. We're going to have questions and comments and dialogue with Wheeler on Saturday's vlog. Those typically go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours plus, so we'll try to hit all that stuff. Pick well, list often. Good to be back. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.